rushing to begin the second half for the New England Patriots.
I'm going to stay away from play calling for a while. First and 10. Weathers. Cup. Wilbur Marshall. They say this Marshall can run like a cornerback.
That time on the blitz, just a predetermined inside move. He was almost there to take the ball right from the quarterback.
Mike Ditka, one of the great Bear players, really only spent 6 years as a Chicago player. Contract impasse. He then went to Philadelphia for 2 years and to Dallas for 4. 5 times an All-Pro, 420 career receptions.
That's a bunch. Most of them in Wrigley Field.
Hey, when he was at Pittsburgh, he was even better on defense. Blitz! Easton gets it away as the blitz shot. Dave Dorison, the strong safety, had a clear shot at Easton, who got the ball away to save a long sack.
And see, this is the problem in facing the Chicago Bear defense. They don't substitute players, so you don't know when they're coming with the rush. You see the defensive linemen consume offensive linemen, 2 or 3 to try to make the sack, and almost did.
This is New England's longest possession, almost 4 minutes. 11:13 to go now in the third quarter.
Well, when they show these films, the New England Patriots will be out quickly on Tuesday. The defense might be in there for days.
Third and 13. It's got to be a long ball. Easton lets it rip too high, and Cedric Jones went up for it, had his hands on it. And good thing that he did, because streaking down the near sideline was Mike Richardson, ready to take it and go in.
Jones almost caught that pass. You can see that Tony Easton right now is he's a little flushed. He's had constant pressure throughout the day. Found receivers open. And I think without the kind of pass rush that the Chicago Bears constantly put on, Easton would make that an easy completion.
So Camarillo, a long-distance punter, is standing back at his 16-yard line. Ken Taylor, a deep man anticipating that boost. Penalty marker down.
Offside Chicago.
Taylor will field it on a fair catch at his 32.
The 5 yards will not give the New England Patriots the first down, but they'd like to give Camarillo a chance to kick it again. That was just 39 yards.
The clock is stopped with 10:59 left to go in the third quarter. The Bears continue to lead as they did at the half, 10-0. Referee Tom Dooley now brings the people back as we have the penalty marker on a 39-yard punt by Rich Camarillo, the Patriots.
Oh, they're going to turn down the penalty.
A good punt when you look at net yardage. No return on the fair catch.
That surprises me, though. You add 5 yards to it. I think I'd have made a punt again.
Reaction now. Jim McMahon drops the throw. First down for the Bears. The outlet is too low for Walter Payton as the baseball scorers now come in and continue to change. McMahon's first throw of the third quarter with 10:54 to play in the quarter. Yankees in Toronto scoreless. Got Yankee Stadium sold out for that.
Big games there. Mets in Montreal, St. Louis, and the Cubs in the National League East.
Boy, did the Cubs go in the shoot or what after winning them?
Well, it's like facing an American Association pitchers, though.
Opening day, their starting lineup. 9 guys averaged $1 million a man. Throw down the field, and the ball is caught by Reitman. Open field, the tight end. Inside the 25 and down to the 19-yard line.
On the catch. Brett Marion once again on the coverage. This is a nice little action by the offense. Once again, the linebackers must respect the running ability of Walter Payton. And you see the single coverage. Brett Marion on Reitman, who was never going to be an anchor man on anybody's relay team, but he can lug it down there as long as nobody catches him. Big first down for the Chicago Bears.
Reitman was the first player signed by the U.S. Football League coming out of UCLA. He elected to go with George Allen and the now defunct Chicago Blitz. He's a player, he says he can do everything but run well, but he's been fast in this game, and now Payton breaks it down inside the 15-yard line. As we take a moment to look at the scoreboard, NFL 85 on the second Sunday of play. Cardinals up on Cincinnati, second quarter 17-14. Houston staying close to Washington after the Redskins led 16-0. 16-10 now. Detroit with a surprise over the favorite Cowboys, leading 13-0 at the half at Pontiac, Michigan. The Jets doing damage to the Buffalo Bills, 21-3 at the half. The Rams only up by 4, and Miami having a hard time with Indianapolis. Formchuk taking a beating on the second Sunday. Here's the handoff now, running with the ball, but not very far, down to about the 11-yard line, was Matt Stewie, who's knocked down by Toby Williams. Ken Sims, Dennis Owens, Garen Veras, Toby Williams have all been in that defensive front of the New England Patriots from time to time. Linebackers with Tippett and Blackman on the outside. Nelson's played a big game inside, and Johnny Rembert back and doing some hitting for New England.
Andy Frederick, number 71, offensive tackle, just reported to the Bears offense. He is an eligible receiver. The middle, and if he got there, it was just by the football. As 8:24 and running shows on the third quarter clock, and the Bears continue to lead 10-0. This New England Patriot defense has been on the field for so long to this point in the football game. It's not a particularly hot day, but eventually their mind is not going to be in this game, and too physically they're going to be just worn out. Pull it down a little bit. I'd say we'll see Stewie line up in front of Walter Payton, and Walter Payton will Salisbury flop over the defensive line, hopefully for a first down.
Here they come, Stewie, the fullback. Payton has the crowd to take it down. Fourth down and less than a yard.
Stewie gets it. Coming this way.
McMahon gets it. Patriots all hitting on him, but did they get him down in time? Fourth and less than a yard. Jim McMahon calls his own number and gets it down close. Things get easier for the Patriots next week. They go to Buffalo. The Bears with a short week. They'll be going against the Vikings at Minneapolis on Thursday night.
I'm surprised at that call. Jim McMahon is absolutely the cornerstone offense of the offense of the Chicago Bears. I think if I were Mike Ditka, I would not put a guy who last year suffered a lacerated kidney in any jeopardy whatsoever. Somebody throws an elbow in there on your quarterback. Last year, the Bears had 5 quarterbacks start various and sundry games for them.
Payton even took some snap plays this season.
I'd hand it to anybody standing behind McMahon. They didn't make it.
So the Patriots hold, and they'll get the ball back when we come back to Soldier Field in Chicago with the Bears in the lead. Bear looks to the skies. The Chicago Bears, though, just looked to a yard on fourth down and couldn't get it on a quarterback keep. And so the Patriots take over the ball, but again, deep in their own area. They've been shut out so far. It's 10-0 Bears in the third quarter. 7:49 to play in it. Hard run and a harder hit as Craig James takes it straight ahead. Had a big game against the Packers, running for 99 yards and 12 carries, averaged over 8 yards a rush.
Dan Hampton on the tackle there at Goosegg on the scoreboard for the New England Patriots, something that the Bears fans are used to. This defense allowed 9 or less points in 8 of the 16 games that they played in 1984, and shut out the Tampa Bay Bucks last week in the second half.
Tony Collins trying to go wide. Otis Wilson runs with him, and so does Duerson. So it'll bring up third down now and about 4 for New England. Patriots haven't been close.
Watch Mike Singletary. He'll tackle anybody that comes close. Just get in my way, I'll throw you to the ground. He tackled the wrong guy, but I'm sure he left an impression.
So the Bear defense fired now. They want to stuff everybody they play, and last time on third and long, you remember, went to a draw, got yardage, do it again. Nothing there, though, as the ball carrier Tony Collins was stopped by his own man, has been taken down. So the Patriots will have to punt the ball, and they'll do it from around their end zone as 6:50 shows on the third quarter clock, and Singletary continues to be a force for the Bears.
He is an exceptional player. Untouched. He just knocks the player back, Craig James, back into the running back. And Collins has got no place to go. 3 plays and out. Once again for the New England Patriots.
Camarillo will hit the ball at about his 3. Big rush. He gets it away and really unloads. Ken Taylor back at his 35, has room to return. He's out to the 48-yard line.
Taylor returns the ball.
52-yard punt and a 13-yard return by Ken Taylor. So the Bears, who got down close to last time but couldn't get points, now take over with 6:07 to play in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Chicago, and we come back. And Easton can't move the offense down the sidelines as the Bears have the ball back, and his counterpart Jim McMahon comes out with Chicago in the lead 10-0. 1st and 10 Bears. 48-yard line of Chicago. Long ball. Goff is out there. Willie Goff inside the 10-yard line.
He caught the ball over Ray Claiborne. It's a straight drop back pass by McMahon. Goff can't make the easy catch. He certainly can make the tough catch. 1st and 10 for the Chicago Bears.
That sure does something for your per catch average. Willie Goff came in. He caught 4 last week for 60 yards. That's his first of the day for 44. So now the Bears challenge as they finally go deep to their burner. Willie Goff, 1st and goal. Payton down to the 2-yard line.
They're just taking the heart out of this New England defense. Just been on the field so long that I think they realize now that the offense is going to have a very difficult time scoring. If they score at all, it's all on the shoulders of this New England defense, and it's a heavy load.
And we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
WWLP Springfield.
This is Don Crickey with Bob Trumpy. Soldier Field in Chicago. The Bears lead the game 10-0. The Patriot defense being tested, but they held the last time. The Bears were down close and couldn't get points.
Don, the Chicago Bears have an injury. Jimbo Fulmer went to the sideline. I don't think they had the right offense in there. McMahon takes the timeout. 2 interceptions, and the Chicago Bears have totally frustrated the offense of the New England Patriots.
Going the other way, Trump, the yards have not been easy for Walter Payton with 11 carries for 39 yards. He fumbled the ball once. Now the Bears looking to take command of this game if, in fact, they're not there already with a 10-0 lead, and the Patriots unable to challenge so far. Chicago goes 2nd and goal from the Patriot 2-yard line. Payton is a wing back left. Turns the corner and gets down to the 1-yard line.
That's a great tackle by Ray Claiborne to keep him out of the end zone. Outstanding tackle by Ray Claiborne. He allowed a couple of passes over him. Don Blackman, 55 there. You'll see this block. Yeah, he's an excellent blocker. Always has been. But Claiborne is the guy he's trying to block. You see 52 also chasing him out of bounds. Johnny Rembert. That's a great tackle by Ray Claiborne. One of the great athletes in the league right there, Raymond Claiborne.
That New England defense, though, has been very formidable on the short yardage play. Linebackers down in 3 points as they fill in the gap, digging in. Tui, no signal.
Yeah.
And still no signal. The ball is down to the goal line, but apparently it's not over. Now they're going to unpile. The referee, Tom Dooley, stepping in. He didn't get there, though.
All right, call a touchdown.
Now they call it a touchdown. 30 seconds after the play ended.
Tell you what, I think when you go on a pile like that, whether the referee is right or wrong, the signal should be immediate. Because wrestling underneath there's no way to know when you unstack
That's a great look at it.
As to whether or not Matsui's in there. He gets hit early right there. I can't tell who made the contact. Good job by someone getting in there, but that's a tough call for the officials to make, but I just wish they'd make it quick.
Now Kevin Butler's on the field looking to put up a 17th point for Chicago with 4:16 to play in the third quarter. A penalty marker before the snap of the ball.
Lineman moved in there. Going to move it back 5 yards, try it again. Shouldn't bother Butler.
Now he's hitting.
78 offense.
Keith Van Horn, the right tackle, was called for the early motion, and so now the ball is set back. The equivalent of a 25-yard field goal. Right there is Kevin Butler, the rookie from Georgia. As people start up after the kick. Don Blackman, he's a full load to take on.
That's when you're glad you got a helmet on and a face mask. Very few fights in football cause any damage unless it's to the puncher. Broken mitt somewhere. 4 plays, 51 yards, a minute and 51 seconds. And a touchdown by Suey, a 1-yard run set up by the 43-yard pass to Willie Galt. Once again, in all this humanity, the officials determined that Matt Suey is in the end zone. It looks like it.
More penalty markers thrown now, Trump, as there's a post-fight aftermath results in a personal foul call coming up.
Well, last week, the Chicago Bears had 3 personal fouls called on their linebackers against the Tampa Bay Bucks. You made mention of that in the first half. There was a time a number of years ago when the Bears couldn't win. I was not really convinced that they wanted to win. If they drew blood on you, they were happy.
Even in bad years, they've been tough, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You knew you'd play the Chicago Bears. At Cincinnati, we didn't play that often.
Sprinkle and Bill George and the boys
56
years ago.
throwing the helmet.
Andre Tippett threw his helmet. Rule number 1, when the fight starts, don't take your hat off.
Ever. Ever. And always run for the quarterback. He's never going to throw a punch.
Their scoring drive, 4 plays, 51 yards. It took 1 minute.
So a 15-yard call against New England on the personal foul will result in the ball being kicked off by Butler from midfield.
As a result,
Bears have now gone 4 quarters and almost 11 minutes without allowing their opponents to score a point.
Easton has to come out throwing now, Bob, and the Bears are going to run it when they get it. Easton has no option but to start putting the ball up on every down.
And that's exactly what the Bears like, because they'll continue with that pressure defense.
Down 17-0 with 4:16 to play in the third quarter.
Or do you still keep running it? I mean, New England Patriots right now are frustrated, but you don't want to just kill their attitude or their enthusiasm, but with a number of sacks.
George Check and Starring will bring it out. He's out to the 16-yard line where the Bears special teams covers well. Cliff Swift led the way as Easton gets his final instructions. The Cardinals now leading Cincinnati 24-14. Houston and Washington having a tight game. And Dejas kicking field goals for the Oilers has brought them back to within 3. Wow. Detroit, this is unbelievable. Dallas Open routing the Redskins 44-14 Monday night. And today the underdog Lions are winning big, and so are the Jets. And a coaching change could be imminent at Buffalo depending on the outcome of that game. Standing back to throw is Easton. Out of the backfield, he goes to Tony Collins with good hands. He puts on the move and gets across the 20.
Complete. Pushed out of bounds by Otis Wilson.
Miami up on Indianapolis 16-7. That game is now in the third quarter of play.
From New England.
And I said this is a tough choice now for Raymond Berry. You don't want to air it out completely because the Patriots already frustrated. You certainly don't want Easton hurt. Patriots only have 2 quarterbacks on their roster. Easton and Steve Grogan, as the quarterback of the future. You want to keep him healthy.
Easton a Griffin gets his man. Derek Ramsey, the tight end, breaks into open field, and he's across the 35 and out to the 40. A big gainer for the Patriots, 19 yards, and now to Bob Costas.
Okay, Don, after first falling behind the Bengals 14-7 in the first half, the Cards come back to take the lead. Here's Lomax to Roy Green, a familiar combination. Beautiful fingertip catch by Roy, faster than a speeding bullet. Green. The Cards now lead by 10 in the third.
So the Bengals and Coach White off to a tough start. They were locked in a great game we saw last Sunday, Trump, at Cincinnati with Seattle. Seattle coming from behind to win. Now the Patriots looking to move the ball. They've been across midfield once in the game, and that was for a moment. Intercepted. Singletary. Eason has a play on him, and Singletary takes it down to the 16-yard line.
Eason's third interception.
Singletary having an all-pro day with 2 sacks and now an interception.
Now this is the chance to take now against a defense like this. You start throwing the ball up. You see the pressure once again. Hampton 99. Easton not set to throw it. Collins the intended receiver. Singletary right there to pick it off. 25 yards on the return. This is the last time the New England Patriots were shut out. It's looking that way right now.
1983, we're told.
Cleveland 30-0. Wow. It may happen again today.
The Bears, though, stop what looked like might be a New England drive, and now the Bears challenging again, leading 17-0 late in the third quarter. McMahon wants it quick, goes out, tight end gets it, Emory Moorhead, he's inside the 15-yard line. But Marion ran him out, but the Bears get closer with 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Now the Chicago Bears can certainly play conservative offense. They don't have to throw the ball down the field, although they probably still will. But boy, can you imagine Mike Ditka looking at the rest of this season with his defense without 2 starters, Bell and Harris, playing in the manner in which they have these opening 2 weeks of the season?
Just saw Mike Singletary, consensus all-pro now at Chicago. He was twice the most valuable player in the Southwest Conference, playing at Baylor. Handoff. Dennis Gentry is one tough customer. He's not big. He's another Baylor Bear. Played together with Singletary at Baylor.
Frustration now by the New England Patriots. Player never likes to get embarrassed. And it's 17-0. As much time as the defense has been on the field today for the New England Patriots.
Last week against the Packers, a pretty good football team. New England Patriots led 26-6 with 6 minutes to go. Had some problems handling punts, though, fumbled a few, and the Packers got back in the game. New England winning 26-20. The Bears were down 28-17 to Tampa Bay at halftime last week, and then rallied to win 38-28 here at Soldier Field. Now on 3rd down and short, the Patriots are there to stop the run, and again it's 4th down and short yardage for
their defense has played exceptional football today.
Good football. The game clock winding down in the third quarter, 1:54 and running now, as the Bears send out the field goal unit.
Bears have made a couple of 3 big plays. Catch by Reitman, the catch by Galt, the catch by McKinnon, and other than that, the New England Patriots defense has played very respectable football.
Kevin Butler is setting up now at his 18-yard line of New England, so it'll be a 28-yard field goal. Steve Fuller holds. Butler is on the money again with 1:22 to play in the third quarter. The Bears now go out in front 20-0 over New England. Coach Barry has to go to game plan B. Just one set of them. The man could catch a BB in the dark.
This is his 10th game as the head coach of the New England Patriots. Coming into this ball game, his record as a head coach 5-4.
And across the way, Coach Ditka. Not looking like he's got a sure thing in his pocket, although the Bears will be almost impossible to beat now unless Eason can hit the big plays. Again, Starring runs back to kickoff. He's open. And he returns it nicely out across the 30-yard line. Sean Gale down on special teams for the Bears, and Easton and the Patriot offense come back out.
25 yards on the return by Starring. Raymond Berry now the offensive coordinator and the head coach of the New England Patriots, scoring all Chicago.
Bears scored on their first possession, then their next 5, they had either they turned the ball over or had to punt it. Finally scored on a field goal before halftime. They led it to half 10-0. They've now doubled that to 20-0. Late in the third quarter. Easton throws and completes it to Derek Ramsey, who's out to the 41-yard line, close to a first down. Looks like he got about 9 on the play. Dave Duerson covering. Mets over Montreal, 5-1 in the fifth. Cubs and the Cardinals scoreless.
Look at the Blue Jays and the Yankees.
Who won that yesterday?
Toronto. 6-0 Toronto over New York.
They're up by 3.5 on the Yankees.
Showing blitz. Nothing.
The Bears dominating on defense. Led by their all-pro middle linebacker, Mike Singletary. Boy, there's been some great middle linebackers with this franchise. Bill George, Dick Butkus, and now Singletary.
And I tell you, I think if I were the New England Patriots, I'd burn this film offensively. This is such a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's the New England Patriots as much as it is the Chicago Bears defense. They're going to do this to a lot of football teams this year, did last year. You just got to put it out of your mind and go on. Patriots 2 of 10 in third down conversions so far.
And we'll be back after these messages from your local station. Down and 4 now for New England. Easton misconnection, and that'll happen because Dorson, a strong safety, again came on a blitz and nailed Tony Easton. Bears are going to go to another quarterback slump when they get the ball back right now. They're going to Fuller warming up.
James never really looked back at the quarterback. He had no chance whatsoever. Look at the domination. 137 total yards of offense for the New England Patriots. And this is not a bad offensive team. Last week they had 410 yards.
James Manis is back deep, a rookie wide receiver from TCU. Manis comes up on the ball at his 19. Pays the price as he goes to the 25-yard line. Now back to NFL 85, Bob.
John, Freeman McNeil is having a terrific day for the Jets. He scored 2 touchdowns, and this gallop will cover 69 yards. He has 174 total yards in the ball game already. Watch the tackle by Martin Bayless up around the throat. It precipitated a fight. The Jets didn't appreciate it.
I still think Hank Fuller could be the coach of the Buffalo Bills by tomorrow morning. Their owner is very, very unhappy after they played very poorly in the preseason.
2 games into the season, and tomorrow morning?
They were winless in the preseason, were beaten by the Bears 47-14. It almost happened then. New running back in the game now, moving the ball for Chicago. Thomas Sanders, and he breaks it free all the way out to the 45-yard line.
Now, this is too bad. For the New England Patriots, 19 yards on the carry. The steam is out of this defense. The offense has not been able to generate anything for New England. Responsibility right on the shoulders of the New England defense, and keeping the Bears to 20 points is not really bad. They've only allowed a couple, 3 big plays.
Donahue has kicked another field goal for the Cardinals. They lead the Bengals 27-17 late in the third quarter. His own number and heads for the 12th man, saved by the sideline. Ronnie Lippett in pursuit.
I had a hard time telling if that was accidentally or on purpose. I can't believe it. There's the defense of the
20-0 lead, in that defense snorting fire, looking to hurt somebody.
Yeah, there's the offense of the New England Patriots. Special teams players.
Ingram being taped up.
A long day. Tony Franklin.
A lot of teams leave Soldier Field with long faces. We saw a great Denver team come in here last year and get blasted 24-0, and that was the score at the half.
Denver rebounded. New England must too.
That's what Barry was saying last night. You're going to get it handed to you a lot of days in this league. It's what you do when you have to come back.
That was a design rollout. Julius Adams and Toby Williams there to make the tackle. Excuse me, that was Toby Williams. That was a design rollout, trying to get the ball to Emery Moorhead, but Toby Williams right there to make the tackle.
So the game clock shows 14:25 and running to play as the Chicago Bears have third down and about 12 coming up. Ball position at their 43-yard line. They opened the scoring on their first drive of the day when Jim McMahon hit Dennis McKinnon on a 32-yard scoring pass play. Then shortly before half, Butler kicked a field goal. It was 10-0. Stewie got in from less than a yard out. They give the Bears a late third quarter lead, 17-0. That has since been extended on a Butler field goal to 20-0. That's how it stands now. McMahon hits full force, and Jim McMahon is down, and he's going to be up.
And
Sims coming hard.
Tell you, the Chicago Bears put Jim McMahon in an awful lot of jeopardy. They don't mind
Hard to
having
believe.
it rolled out.
Leading 20-0. They got a quarterback who's on the injury list. Played his first regular season game last Sunday since November 5th of last year. And is throwing the ball with a 20-0 lead and letting the guy get a full hit from a 280-pound defensive lineman.
Sounds like you don't like that idea. Neither do I, and I'm sure McMahon doesn't either.
I know one thing. You're going to end up, the Bears could have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, I think, with this defense, but they're not going to get near it without McMahon.
I agree. Give it to Stewie. Give it to Gentry. Give it to anybody but Jim McMahon.
They got no points at all against the 49ers. The playoff. Patriots will get the ball back now with 13:42 to play in the game. And we'll be back to Soldier Field in Chicago right after this. In that NFC Championship game, after Jim McMahon suffered the season-ending injury, is now in to direct the Chicago offense. Will be very shortly. The Patriots right now have the ball first and 10. Fuller has been warming up. McMahon has been exposed to some big hits, even though the Bears are leading 20-0 on his scrambling. The last time he got the full force of Kenneth Sims, the 280-pound defensive end. Now Easton and the Patriot offense setting up. They'll have the ball first and 10 from their 31-yard line.
Dent, untouched. Third sack of the day. Totally untouched. Ran a game up front. Hampton had a hold of the offensive guard and tackle. Dent with great foot speed. Comes from the outside. They got the starters still in there. Watch again from the left-hand side of the screen. You see Dent goes all the way around the right guard. Brock gets caught up in the blocking scheme. Easton has no chance.
Singletary showing blitz. He does not. Easton gets a little time. But the Bear defense stops him again. Easton sees the end of the play from the ground. Well, he's knocked down again. Now we're told that Jim McMahon has a neck injury and won't return to the game.
Well, I would hope so. Tell you what, though, the problem with having a head coach like Mike Ditka, who's a guy I really admire, he's one of the real gritty guys that played in the NFL. He didn't like these pansy quarterbacks saying, I got a stiff neck, I can't play, coach. He said, what? Get out there. I played with stiff necks, broken bones, bruised ribs, bad feet, old legs. Get out there and play.
Defense can only take it so far, though. McMahon is a tremendous winning quarterback. He is a winning player, not just a guy with big numbers. Untouched. Otis Wilson. Now Easton has become a tackling dummy as the New England pass offense is inept at blocking the blitzing Chicago Bears. Last year, the Patriots gave up 66 sacks. Only one team in the NFL gave up more. Atlanta gave up 67.
See, the problem is they don't change personnel, Chicago, when they go to this defense. So the offense never has anyone to really key on. The blitz will come from anywhere. There's 4 sacks today. 6 now on the season.
Ditka is also a hard-line NFC man. Spent his whole career as a player and as a coach in the National Conference, and he wants to beat the American Conference as much as he can and by as big a margin as he can. Great punt by Camarillo against an all-out rush. Manis takes it back to his 40. And the Patriots special teamers make the knockdown at the 42-yard line. 50-yard punt, just a 2-yard return.
He's been a bright spot for the Patriots.
So Camarillo goes off, and we'll be back after this. Game, he threw 21 times, completed 13. You can see that's a very serious sore neck. They kept him in, kept him throwing, kept him running. Now they're paying a price.
232 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
He got hurt running to throw with the Bears leading 20-0 in the fourth quarter. Bears go to the run, and Carey is out close to the 45-yard line. Two guys start up. There's going to be a foul call on Lippett and Marjoram. They were knocking on each other. As we check the baseball scoreboard, Mets continue to lead Montreal. Cardinals now moves in front of the Cubs 1-0. Toronto up on the Yankees 6-0. L.A. blowing away everybody in the West. And then, of course, next week,
Personal foul against New England.
NBC Sports continues its coverage of the 85 baseball season. Some of you will see the Yankees go into Baltimore to take on the Orioles. Others will watch the Expos play the Cardinals in St. Louis. Coverage begins at 1 o'clock Eastern time with Major League Baseball and Inside Look. The tradition is here. The memories are waiting on the network of the 1985 League Championship Series.
The New England Patriots today have punted 9 times.
So the ball is down to the 40-yard line. The record for the Patriots in a single game is 11 punts. First and 10, Chicago with Steve Fuller at quarterback, and the Bears in the lead 20-0. Calvin Thomas. 240 pounds, and the big guy can run.
Ronnie Lippett on the tackle. They're just blowing away an excellent defense, which is tragic to watch. So much of this game is spirit, enthusiasm. When your offense can't generate any yards or points, 27-20 now. Cincinnati coming back on St. Louis. Jim reached a 47-yard field goal in the fourth quarter.
A lot of time to play, 13-20 in that game. Cardinals up by 7. That time Calvin Thomas on a first down carry got only to the line of scrimmage. Kenneth Sims, 77, threw off the blocker and hit him. Big Kenneth Sims, who was the #1 player picked in the NFL the year he came out of Texas. Now in his 4th year, and as Bucko Kilroy, the Patriots front office, says there's no more excuses for Kenneth Sims. This is the year he has to start to show some, and he did. Had his best game ever last Sunday.
2 of those first picks in the draft play for the New England Patriots. Pryor and Sims.
Sanders on a 2nd down and 10 carry gets to about the 30-yard line. That'll bring a 3rd down and 10 for Chicago.
Got an interesting matchup here. Ken Marjoram and Ronnie Lippett are really going at each other at the near side of the field. Oh, look at that. This is the team. The Patriots last year were an excellent running football team, and last week had 208 yards rushing.
And just as impressively allowed only 59 to the Packers. So the Bears, you might be looking at a definite contender for the Super Bowl in New Orleans, which you'll see on NBC Sports in January. The Bears seem to have the pieces together. Here's a kick, though, on a blitz by Don Blackman. And Fuller, who was shaken up often last year, has helped from the turf, but he'll stay in the game. Now the Bears will have to punt the ball. Maury Buford comes back out. New England will get the ball with 9:48 to play, the clock running, and the Patriots trailing 20-0. They have never in this game been even remotely close to scoring points. They were across midfield once in the first half. They got to the 49. The next play they were penalized and went back.
They were sacked. Not penalized, sacked.
That's happened, what, 3 times, 3 sacks. Singletary has 2 4 sacks at the count now. End over and punt by Buford. Fryer fields it at his 10, fair catching the ball. Gentry and Lippett are changing pushes again, a 30-yard punt. The Patriot offense comes out.
At the 10.
That Top Gun power so far today. We'll see if they can generate something down the stretch.
31 yards.
So the bad news for Patriot fans is New England's losing to these powerful Bears 20-0. The good news, Trump, is the Patriots go to Buffalo next week.
Yeah, Raymond Berry talked to us last night about how his team responds to winning and to losing. I don't think he expected to be beaten by this amount, but he is going to find out exactly how his team responds to losing after this performance.
Easton still in the game, still pitching. Lost one downfield. There's a man open. This could go to distance. James is on the run. This is going to be a touchdown for the Patriots. 90 yards, and the Patriots are in the end zone. James beat the linebacker, and Tony Easton, standing in against an all-out rush, throws a perfect ball. So the Patriots finally explode and get on the board a 90-yard pass play.
To the most unlikely of receivers. Now, James has got good speed, but it doesn't come close to the speed of Stanley Morgan, Stephen Starring, Cedric Jones. From the shotgun, not a lot of pressure on Easton this time. Well, he does get rocked, though, just as he showed. This is a great catch. You see Wilbur Marshall. I'm surprised that James can outrun Wilbur Marshall. Marshall's supposed to have like 4.6 speed, maybe. James has 4.5. Big play.
It's the longest touchdown pass play in the history of the Patriots. Previous longest was 87 yards.
And the first time the Bears have allowed a touchdown in the last 6 quarters.
Tony Franklin makes a rare appearance this afternoon, hits the point after. Took 12 seconds for Easton to take his drop and unload, and for Greg James to get into the end zone.
Look at the big Band-Aid Greg James has on his chin. I wonder if he got that today. Well, that's got to make New England feel a little better. This is a tough throw by Easton because the receiver is going straight away from him, and a very difficult catch made by Greg James. That's right on the money.
Made that move away from Wilbur Marshall, and in he goes. Williams finally knocked Singletary off the play. The completion of a 90-yard touchdown pass play from Tony Easton to Greg James, the longest in Patriot history.
Do you go for an onside kick here if you're the New England Patriots?
Yeah, I think you do.
They're certainly not going to give up, that's for sure. In a game that's been so totally dominated by the Chicago Bears, they can retain some respectability here.
Scoreboard clicking away now as you see how things stand. It's Washington and Houston still a field goal separate.
That's astounding.
Look at this. Wow. Jets now blowing away Buffalo 35-3. Up to the Patriots see next week. The Bills. Rams up on Philadelphia now 17-6. Miami holding to a surprisingly small lead over a big underdog Indianapolis. That came in the 4th quarter. Tony Franklin ready to kick off now for New England.
Our team for the Bears.
High kick. Gentry, 4-yard line. And the Bears go on offense from their 18-yard line. Rod McSwain was down to make the hit. Football action continues next Sunday on NBC. The Browns and the Cowboys meet at Irving, Texas. The Cowboys will be in ill humor here, Trump, after they're getting not only upset but blown out 26-0 by Detroit. Other regional games and some good matchups include San Diego at Cincinnati. Denver goes against Atlanta in the late games, Kansas City at Miami, and the Jets play the Packers at Green Bay. Steve Fuller taking a drop. Running in very well. He gets out to the 27-yard line. Got ahead for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards.
Johnny Rembert on the tackle. New rule in the NFL. For quarterbacks running like that, if they attempt a hook slide, they are down at that point. You're not supposed to be able to hit them. just to protect the quarterback a little bit.
Panorama of Soldier Field in Chicago. Well, they've had some great games here. Biggest crowd they ever had here, 1927. Notre Dame played Southern California. 123,000 Soldier Field.
But the stadium has changed a great deal. It can't accommodate 123,000 now, right?
40,000 couldn't see the game. They were just happy to be here.
There's a little section to the, what way is that? North, yes, to the north end zone that looks like a bull ring. It's where they enclose Soldier Field. And that's where the Chicago Bears used to work out. Yeah, to that end, the other end. And it looks like a little bull ring in there.
They once had 105,000 here to see a high school championship game because there was such a spectacular player in it.
Who?
Someone who never went on to pro football, I know. He played at Northwestern, Bill DeCoravan. But in high school, he used to run for touchdowns about every third carry. Off up the middle. Not much, but something, and most importantly from a Chicago standpoint, the Bears are making the clock tick. 7:13 running, the Bears in the lead, 20-7, but the Patriots are going to get it back now.
Now that touchdown pass from Easton to Craig James, the longest pass in the history of Soldier Field.
Back in 1919.
Not only a Patriot record, but a Soldier Field record.
Soldier Field was quite an enterprise when they put this thing together. It's built on piling, dropped 65 feet into Lake Michigan.
This is the oldest stadium in the NFL, isn't it?
I think it has to be. So at any moment, Trump, you could be in Lake Michigan.
No. I would think Lambeau Field in Green Bay is probably the only field that has a chance to even be close. And of course, for years, the Chicago Bears played in Wrigley Field.
In tradition also, L.A. Coliseum from 1931, second oldest. Here comes Irving Pryor. Irving came in with a big reputation, got the big bucks, but he's yet to do it for the New England Patriots.
51 yards on the punt, 11 yards on the return.
42-yard punt.
Here's the way the rest of the schedule looks for these two ball clubs.
Patriots go to Buffalo, then go home to play the Raiders. Bears with tough scheduling have to play at Minnesota on Thursday night, and then they go against the Redskins here at Soldier Field. Tony Easton, whose last throw was good for a 90-yard touchdown pass play, throws another big strike, a 17-yard gain out to the 49-yard line. Cedric Jones caught it.
Patriots going with a hurry-up offense now. Bears are playing the prevent, figuring the clock is on their side, even though their lead is now just 13 points.
Leading Derek Ramsey. Easton was a little long, so it's incomplete with 5:41 to play in the game. St. Louis now opens up a 14-point advantage on the Bengals as Stump Mitchell got in a 1-yard run.
Cardinals have some offensive weapons. They get Anderson, Roy Green, Tilley, Stump Mitchell. Neil Lomax is now kicking the ball particularly well. They got a great defense, and man, have they got some offensive weapons.
And they got some great pass rushers. That new guy, Freddie Joe Nunn, Curtis Greer, had about 17 sacks last year.
Long day for Raymond Berry.
Second down and 10 for Easton. Blitz it is. Tony Easton goes down hard. Sacked for a 5th time.
Steve McMichael once again games up front. That time, at least McMichael was blocked. It wasn't a free shot at Easton. You can see all the movement up there. It's very hard for a line that really hasn't been together a great deal. But John Hanna hurt, Haley hurt. Tough team to play when your offensive line is not healthy. Someone said that if you took a team picture of the New England Patriots, it turned out to be an X-ray.
It's been tough, a tough start. And of course, one of the future Hall of Famers not here, and it's really hurt, and that's John Hanna.
Yeah, the Hog. He's got a pulled calf muscle. Appears to be a pretty serious injury. He would help in that offensive line.
Easton's been sacked 5 times, losses of 44 yards and a 5 sacks. Raymond Berry staying with him. Berry was so interested in improving Easton's performance. One of the problems with all the sacks last year, they had him backpedaling when he was dropping to throw, and they wanted to see the whole field, but he was slow getting back. Berry and Easton came all the way back to Champaign and looked at game films at the University of Illinois, where he set those 7 NCAA passing records. Felt he was just a much more effective quarterback taking across that drop.
The other thing is, under Ron Meyer, the New England Patriots did not use the shotgun. Tony Easton likes the shotgun, so Raymond Berry put it in. Patriots 2 of 12 in third down conversions today. Right now they face about 3rd and 16, 3rd and 15.
We'll be going to NFL 85 for the complete story on Sunday number 2 of the 85 season. The Chicago Bears off to an impressive start. Winners over Tampa Bay a week ago. They now lead New England 20-7 with 5:36 to play under Coach Ditka.
Not too soon for the New England Patriots till we get to that NFL 85 show.
Patriots will be on the road again next week at Buffalo. Chicago on the road Thursday night to play the Vikings.
Going blitz.
4-man rush. Easton stands in. Throwing on the run. Tony Easton is knocked down hard. Steve McMichael got him as he released the ball. Bears with the lead, but taking no prisoners.
He's been getting up off that turf a lot today.
10th punt, one from the Patriots team record.
Camarillo has kicked the ball particularly well, but this poor offense just not healthy enough to compete with this ferocious Chicago Bear defense.
Right here where the Bears have been a great part of the NFL for so many years, a famous football address on the shores of Lake Michigan. And the Bears have defense now to go with Walter Payton and Jim McMahon, and they believe they can go the distance this season as they're opening up with a 2-0 lead. 2-0 record, 2-0 if they come out of this, and it looks like they will. Here is a punt downfield, hitting the ball to Camarillo. Dewerson is back with a penalty marker down. Dave Dewerson gets out to the 22-yard line, 46-yard punt and a 9-yard return.
This could go either way. Chicago Bears defensive lineman jumped offside, but then offside. Whoops, wait a minute, he's going to ask again.
Offside is signaled against the Bears.
The 5 yards will not help.
So at 5:15 to play, the Patriots now see they're going to punt it again. Apparently they are. Camarillo's coming back out. Not one of the more exciting moments in the game with 44 guys milling around wondering what the next play is.
Receiving team, penalty is declined. First down.
I'll look at the scoreboard as they come in. The Jets now leading Buffalo 42-3. So it appears the Bills, who won 2 games a year ago, have again run up the white flag.
You're saying it's a possibility that Hank Buller, who's the defensive coordinator, may take over for Kay Stevenson quickly,
yes.
soon. Miami back with a vengeance over Indianapolis, now 30-7.
You get beat 42-3, you quit.
Quick?
Well, you quit.
Oh, you quit?
I would think when you consider what the Jets did their opening game, they lost 31-0, the Jets did.
Come on now, let's move it, move it.
First down and 10 now for Chicago. Bears will be running the ball and trying to run the clock. Second back through. Coming out is Tom Sanders, a rookie from Texas A&M. Now let's go to Bob Costas in New York.
All right, John, on this play, the Cardinals shotgun blows some holes in the Cincinnati defense. A 42-yard catch and run. Neil Lomax to stump Mitchell. Moments later, the drive continuing. Mitchell scored from the 1. Cards lead 34-20, 9.5 minutes left.
And And here at Soldier Field, it is Chicago 20, New England 7. The Bears led 10-0 at the half, extended at the 20-0. Then the Patriots finally hit a big play when Tony Eason dropped back, hit Craig James over the middle out of the backfield, and he was on a 90-yard foot race to the end zone. A 90-yard touchdown pass play, the longest in Patriot history, averted a shutout. With 4:34 left to play, Fuller has called a timeout for Chicago and has gone over the sideline to talk to Mike Ditka. He did hit the big play with 4:34 left to play in the game. Chicago has the ball now, second down and 10. Calvin Thomas is the F-back. He could get it right here. Calvin Thomas runs the ball, and the big fullback takes it to the 25. Gain of only 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up third down and 7 as Dennis Owens, a middle guard, nose tackle for the Patriots, made the stop.
You can't compliment this New England defense enough. They're still working at it. Owens there on the center, trying to do the best they possibly can.
Hold the ball.
Game clock down to 4:05 to play as the Bears break the huddle on a sunshiny day in Chicago. When the weather gets tougher here in the Windy City, so do the Bears, and that wind starts to sweep in off Lake Michigan. The defense hurts all the more. Running now, coming ahead with the ball is Tom Sanders, the rookie back, getting some time. Nelson makes the knockdown. Patriots now signal for a timeout with 3:44 to play. Chicago will have to punt the ball back.
Got an injury to an offensive lineman of the Chicago Bears, Mark Bortz. He seems to be all right.
Player they're very pleased with, a third-year player out of Iowa, free agent.
Was a college defensive lineman. After the fashion of the Dallas Cowboys, they converted him to an offensive lineman.
3:44 left to play, so Eason and the Patriot offense gets another crack at it as they now get set to receive a Chicago punt with 4th down and 4 coming up.
The only time the New England Patriots have crossed midfield is the touchdown on Craig James. Is that correct?
I think well, other than that one time they were at the 49 of the Bears and they got sacked in the first half.
That's amazing. Dallas gets on the board now.
Looks like it might be too little too late, although there's a long time. Look at this, interesting. They got Hogaboom in the game now. He threw to Tony Hill.
Andy White out, huh? Well, what would Dallas be without a quarterback controversy? Although after their performance against Washington last Monday night, I didn't think anybody come close to Dallas.
Maybe they didn't think that either. Took a Sunday off, thinking they could blow out the Lions. Not too well hit by Buford. He's tough to handle as Pryor goes across. Now he has to let the ball roll, and it goes down to the 32-yard line of New England, and the Patriot offense comes back out one more time. 40-yard punt as Tony Eason comes out. A man has been victimized 5 times, being sacked, but he still has a spring in his step as he runs out.
5 sacks, 3 interceptions thrown by Tony Eason. First time in his career he's thrown for more than 1 in the game.
NFL 85 with the story of week 2. Coming up as soon as the game is over. 3:33 to play, and the Bears in the lead 20-7. Here's Eason from the shotgun on first down.
Split. Marshall untouched.
Wilbur Marshall gets Tony Eason all the way back at the 15-yard line.
Look at Eason. Oh, he's